My name is Ross Edwards. I'm a second-year PhD student at Queen's University Belfast at the School of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering.
My name is Dr. Dimitrios Papas. I'm a lecturer in sustainability here at Queen's University Belfast and the School of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering.
Previous to this, I was working in business and finance for the past several years in industry. Taking on a PhD was really the next step of my progression. Taking a step out of industry to go back into academia as well has been a really interesting experience.
Students that are interested in doing a PhD should be motivated by the project that they choose.
I'm looking at wind turbine systems and cryptocurrency or Bitcoin mining. And it's a fascinating sort of novel area that's frontier technology. So yeah, what really drove me to it was I got onto Google and I searched for cryptocurrency Queens and I saw this project on the website, thought this is incredible, this is exactly what I want to be looking at, what I want to be doing. So I was very passionate at that stage, so I reached out to my supervisor, Dr. Dimitrios Papas, and then we met up for a coffee and had sort of a preliminary chat. Everything seemed to be aligned quite well, so I applied for the project.
It was my aspiration when I joined Queen's, and I was offered, please provide us with the project. And the call was out, and to my great surprise, positive surprise, Ross pretty much immediately reached out. He was very interested. He was exactly the best fit that I could have expected.
Generally in the UK, the PhD process is usually 3 years and sometimes 3.5 years. That's usually to meet funding criteria. The first year really is looking at your understanding of the project, what kind of way you want to take it. Your second year is more looking at what have you learned, how are you going to apply that, and how can that help create something new. And then your third year really is writing your thesis and really understanding what have you learned over the past sort of 2.5 years, 3 years. Why is that new? Why is that novel? The first few weeks of the PhD, you speak to your supervisor, you meet the research team within the school. They're all great. You'll get a bit of a sort of understanding of what's expected and what the plan is. So within the School of Mechanical Engineering, all the PhD students or postgraduate researchers, PGRs as we sort of refer to ourselves, we all get our own office space. There's a lot of students that are working with the likes of the WTech building, which is the Right Plus Technology Centre. They would have their own space there as well.
You have the support that you need from the supervisory team. The bad times, the supervisors are always there. And you have to be self-motivated to persevere through any difficulties that might come up, in the sense of research is unpredictable sometimes.
But I think the main takeaway is really, to lean on your supervisory team, which can consist of 1, 2, or even 3 of the academic members of the school. So although you can have a great supervisory team or even some good friends, you're working on your own project, you can be isolated at certain points. Again, what I find probably the best is speaking to people in the year above or 2 years above, speaking to those with experience. Generally, you meet with your supervisor, your primary supervisor, on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. Personally, my experience has been generally every week, but the rapport has been really good. And I would say that your primary supervisor is going to really motivate you on those days that seem a little bit hard. So my project, specifically working with Dimitrios, Beatrice and Hang Fei as well, is quite novel. PhDs are actually funded, the majority of PhDs anyway, depending on your subject of research, are funded. And there's a lot of projects out there in the School of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering. The perk with the PhD study is actually that you get paid a government or maintenance stipend every month, which in all due respect acts exactly like a salary, and there's actually no tax on that as well. I personally was working in industry, so I did have to sort of step back, take a little bit of a pay cut, which was a concern initially, but the stipend, your student fees are also covered as well, and there's a small budget for travelling and access, the likes of going to a conference.
You might choose to commence a PhD journey once you have just graduated and continue with an area that fascinates you. Or you might choose to start your PhD journey coming from the industry, just because it's either a life choice that you prefer to do research. It's a different type of life, different motivations, different expectations.
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend pursuing a PhD, because it's going to be one of those things that it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity at the end of the day. So once you get through it, at least at the end of that stage, you will be leaving as part of the academic profession and graduating as a Doctor of Philosophy at Queen's University Belfast.